This is the Midday Report on LALATE.
It's a big day here and holidays LALATE, direct from Santa Monica, live on air with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. We have a vote happening. That vote has been announced minutes ago by Nancy Pelosi. I told you there would be a Thursday night vote in that signals the path to get that recon done sooner rather than later. All the breaking news on that vote announced minutes ago. And we'll go over the incredible recon that has been passed in the House off to the Senate and the Senate checks that can go on top of that incredible recon. We're going to go over the big money that is in that recon so far that'll pay you thousands of dollars, upwards of $50,000. Biggest payout we ever see in the history of this channel. Then we'll be turning to the big money under third stimulus. As one viewer on yesterday's show reveals, he got $135,000 this week from third stimulus to pay his bills for his family. Yes, it's massive sums of money. You're going to learn about it in this recording. Then, the exciting details of student loan debt forgiveness and fifth stimulus. But of course, the title of the show is Holidays, LA. And so that's what we'll do in the second half of this video. In the second half of this video, we'll be going over how to use gift boxes for holiday decor, and also how to bring a nice holiday mug into the equation. We'll be looking at the art form of the holiday mug, and is it leaving our society, or is it something you have to find at the casino? Those details and more as a big, bold, beautiful Holidays LA live from Santa Monica gets underway with the holiday spirit. You're here, I'm here, and it's time for some holidays cheer, starting right now from Santa Monica, California. And the excitement starts right now. If I can find the clip. Here we go. And the excitement at noontime is that the recon has passed, is off to the Senate, but there's a major vote tonight, and it really helps your recon. I'll explain the breaking news as a vote is happening tonight. I told you earlier this week it would be happening. It is. The checks that are coming from the senators will be robust, and now 3 of 6 senators say they're adding in an MSC just in the last 7 days. This is breaking news at noontime. We're going to look at these incredible programs that so far pay you about $50,000 to $60,000 under fourth stimulus, but no time to wait for fourth stimulus because you can get your bills paid right now under third stimulus. You're going to meet one viewer who got $850,000 from third stimulus. Get your pen and paper ready. We get some money with student loan debt forgiveness, the latest on that, and also fifth stimulus. The first half of this recording covering your financial news, the second half covering your holiday decor. And with that, I want you to go down this video right now and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button for the fastest growing and the number 3 most watched financial news channel in America. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member to get that incredible newsletter tonight, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and hit that LA Alert System alerts, which is totally free, so you get an alert when a new video goes live. The big news as we go into this noontime show right now is exactly what I told you, which is The RECON is now in the Senate, and there's a lot more checks going in there. We had always said there would be about $15,000 of checks, but there may even be more. We're going to go over each of those checks starting right now in the first cluster. First cluster of checks has in there hazard pay. My essential workers earn income tax credit, then $4,000 of elder care across the board. $4,000 of care for young children, the CTC, the child tax credit, then the big money for the Pell Grant, $550 check. They got in there the big money for the 1 year of hazard pay, and also they got in there the $12,500 for the big first-time electric car purchase. Wow, how do you get these monies? I'm going to go over them in just a second. Now, the first add-on comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters. It is free money for the purchase of your first home. She wanted $25,000. It's a little bit less, and this is huge. This is money for your first home purchase. This would be given to the seller when you go to buy that home. How do you get that money? Stay with me. I'll explain it in just a second. Let's go to the second cluster of checks, and that is home repairs, paid leave, also the household tax credit, and finally the big money for the pay for the weatherize your home. This is huge. Now, the weatherize your home is when, your holiday cheering carolers show up at the door, and then you look and you realize, wait a second, one of those is Mitch. Weatherize quickly. Don't let him in. Now, the second add-ons comes from the wonderful Bob Casey, the wonderful senator out of Pennsylvania. And this is free home health care. Wow, this is huge. That free home health care is a lot of money. It is $250 billion. He got a little bit less, and this is great. Totally free for my seniors and people on disabilities. Cluster number 3, they got it in there. And what is cluster number 3? Well, it is the seniors, the free internet, the big money for the free school meals checks, free school meals for all checks, the farmers checks, the independent contractors, and the 2 items for the seniors that will get 3 more thereafter. This is the Medicare expansion. It truly embodies the situation we're looking at right now, folks, because the House got 3 items of Medicare expansion in there. Senators vowed to add 2. The House members got 2 in there. Senators vowed to add 3 more. The House members got in there the hearing and the Medicaid gap fix, and the senators vowed to add in there the dental, the vision, and also the lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, which is exactly what they're doing when they're looking at the situation on MSC, which stands for monthly IRS or multiple IRS stimulus check. And now you're hearing for the first time on Noontime that 3 viewers in the last week have been told by 3 different senators they're going in there. And this is huge. What happened? It was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving that Janet was in this show. And in this show, she said she picked up the phone and called Chuck Schumer's office, advocated for the inclusion of an MSC, and was told, yes, that MSC is going in there via Bernie Sanders. Then Lynn Glenn, yesterday, picked up the phone and called Chris Coons' office and was told, yes, that MSC is going in there. And then Janice Menard yesterday called over to Chuck Schumer's office again and was told, yes, it's going in there. MSC is the equation for at least 1 check, $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter for 6 months is what they've talked about, but they've also talked about the same income qualifications as a third. Single individual got it $75,000 less. Married couple got $150,000 less, double it. Family 4 got quadruple it. On benefits, SSI or SSDI, Social Security or Railroad benefits, they got that third stimulus check as well. We have had thousands of viewers being told by those 6 senators since the month of May that an MSC is going in there, and that's why it's important for you to advocate. And those 6 senators are Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. You need to advocate for the inclusion of that MSC because the ball is now in their court. The legislation is now in the Senate, and they vow to add a lot of provisions. What the senators now so far say is a great bill, best bill since the 60s, but major gaps. You need to advocate. Again, Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. Meantime, what's going on elsewhere across the map? What's happening tonight at the as sun sets on the East Coast? is another vote. I told you Nancy Pelosi loves to vote on a Thursday night, and I told you all this week that the debt ceiling limit on the vote on the House side would happen this Thursday. Nancy Pelosi, minutes ago, addressing the American people, wearing a purple suit, said the House vote on the debt ceiling limit will happen this Thursday. There you go, confirmation. The only thing that was a surprise about this was that the Republicans and Democrats in the House agreed to move it to February, not January, which initially was reported on this channel. So it's moved out to February. Why is this great news for the recon? Because it frees up the schedule for the recon on the senators. The senators will pass the debt ceiling limit quickly, says Leader Schumer and Minority Leader McConnell. McConnell yesterday addressed the American people, says we will not default this Friday. We're going to get this done, and we're going to get it done quickly. You're seeing a lot of fringe stories out there about block this, block that. It's not going to happen. Mitch McConnell went to a lunch just about a few hours ago, and there are people trying to accredit to him certain words. And one of the GOP members in attendance said, Mitch said nothing. He was sitting there eating chicken. That's the actual quote. The senator from Kentucky was eating his fried chicken. He had nothing to say today. So we're running his quote from yesterday. So there you go. This is big because it'll free up time to get that recon done in the Senate. The Senate is bound to add a lot of additional checks to that incredible recon that so far you're going to see right off the board is not really 15,000. It's about 50,000 to 60,000. We have the add-on from Maxine Waters for the first-time home purchase. We have all those incredible provisions in housing, which are new for Fourth Stimulus Recon. The first-time home purchase for all people, the Weatherize Your Home for all people, and the home repairs for low income. We have the $12,500, which is a check for the car. It's not a back-end check. It's not a refund check. It's a check at the time of purchase. And then we have the new add-on. And then we have everything repeated from third stimulus, which is paid viewers on average $45,000. Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, food, and more is available right now. About 2 weeks ago, I brought third stimulus back in the equation this channel, and boy, am I glad, because viewers daily have been sending me private messages on air or on social media, getting on average about $5,000. Listen exactly to the recordings. What have they been doing? They've been getting multiple rounds. They got rounds earlier this year of $10,000, $15,000. They got another $5,000 this week. They have gotten multiple rounds this week, meaning they got a round from one organization yesterday, got another round from another organization today. You qualify. Red state, blue state. Behind on bills, not behind on bills. Children, no children. Disabled, not disabled. Single or with children, yes, you qualify. And the big success stories continue to come on in. Send me private messages, and I'll feature them on Evenings LA tonight. But boy, did you see what happened yesterday? In this show yesterday, during the commercial break, one viewer said, I got $135,000 for my family this week. Thank you. That's huge. And you're going to see tonight on Afternoons LA, coming up in about 2 hours from now, how Johnny, last weekend, this last Sunday, gave me an update. He has now helped 32 people get $850,000 from third stimulus. This is real money. It's paying your bills right in today. Consider becoming a member. The membership link's under the video. But first, here's a little bit about the community page. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as we go into how to deal with the holidays with some wonderful mugs and some wonderful holiday boxes. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. home. LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now on Holidays LA as we go into topic number one, the holiday mug. It's an industry that seems to be dissipating in recent years. In the 60s, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, everyone had those holiday mugs, and it's not particularly par for the course anymore. So what about the holiday mug? How do you get it? Where do you get it? What should you look for? How do you choose the right holiday mug, and how do you store it? I'm going to go over all those incredible details with some holiday mugs here on set. That's why I was looking for the clip earlier. I was like trying to get around all the props for today's recording. Starting with this incredible holiday mug. Here is an incredible example to start with. This is a snowman. It's a snowman. He has a rubber band, a red bow around his band around his hat. He's wearing a top hat. The top of the top hat, of course, is where you put the drink in. Surprisingly, the handlebar is a scarf. Javita would own this one. Javita Light would own this, and the base is a scarf as well. Beautiful. The smile on the face is really quite charming. What does it tell us about this mug? It is very, very well made. I mean, look at the inside of the mug. It has a lot of forming. So this is not a square box. This took a little bit of effort. And this is sort of the topic of discussion today because you don't really see these that much anymore. It says hand wash only, made in China, and it was made by an individual. And it's certified international. So very, very beautiful mug. What's interesting is that the art form of a holiday mug is slowly dissipating. You go on to any of your big box retailers, and they have very basic shape porcelain mugs that are simply a shape of a box or a square or a cylinder, and they're just decorated and just painted on. Very, very simple process. This is a forming. There's a lot of form in this mug. Look at all the crevices and curves. This took an effort to make this mug. Let's look at another type of mug, really quite interesting. This one is a series of beautiful houses. I know Sandy was in the live chat yesterday. She was talking about her Christmas houses that she uses for decoration. So here you have a red house, you turn around, and then you have a green house, and then you have a blue house. Really quite beautiful. Again, the arm has a lot of formation. These are not just painted on. There's actually, you have some of the mistletoe here, but it's not just painted on. It's actually embedded. You have the frosting in the house. Look and see how it really sticks off the surface. This is a lot of forming. The forming at the bottom. Look inside. Again, a lot of inside of the forming made by the same individual. I hit the mic. People, when they move and they have those garage sales, that's the beauty of a live TV show, folks. When you have mugs and you're going like this, you're gonna hit the mic at one point. But the beauty of a live show. People who have garage sales, when they go to clear their belongings and move to another home, they get rid of these type of mugs. So where are the best choices? The best choice, of course, to buy a mug like this is at eBay, because you're bringing the past to the present. The second place is the garage sale. And after that, it's going to be really hit and miss. You're generally not going to see this in the major department stores. You're generally not going to see these at your big box retailers, because what they're going to do is they're going to go for the default, which is a cylinder, painted, a box, a square cup, painted. And you're going to look at it, and it's just going to look like the same other mug you have around the house, except it has Merry Christmas on it or Happy Hanukkah. It's going to be that generic. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this forming of these mugs where you really have an enormous element at it. What do I look for in the type of mug? I want a mug that's very, very well formed and very sturdy. This is a heavy mug. I mean, this feels at least half a pound. Feels like it's half a pound, but it's really well made. I mean, you can feel how sturdy it is. You want a mug that you know in your heart of hearts you have a place to store. They take up space. They really take up space. Look at the difference between this mug and this mug. I mean, it dwarfs the other sides of the mug. And they're high. They're tall, these mugs. A lot of drawers made in modern homes don't have high clearances. I'm looking at the mic that I don't turn off the sound again. Look how big this mug is. I mean, it's compared to my face. It's a big mug. That's the beauty of Christmas. Really, things that take it to another level. We were talking yesterday about how Melania Trump's sense of decor and decorating the White House when she was there is very different than First Lady Joe Biden. It shows different times, Joe Biden pulling it back from a 1960s, 1970s look, sort of a traditional Southern American look, and Melania Trump pulling from contemporary, futuristic, maybe an international look. Very, very, very sleek and fashionable. Very, very different looks. If you're going to the big box retailers, your major department stores, you may only get one option when it comes to these mugs. And that is what's unfortunate. So you're going to have to do a little bit digging. There's nothing more wonderful than mugs. There's nothing more wonderful. There's nothing more difficult than storing the mug. So obviously you have to make sure you have the space for it. How do you store it? I prefer storing the mugs with the dishes and the cups in the household. Don't store it with the Christmas decorations. It's just a time bomb waiting to happen. Why? Because it's gonna break. It's gonna break. Holiday ornaments move and shift, and carrying them in and out, they shift as well. When we're talking about the holiday mugs, better to keep it with your holiday dishes in your cabinet specific to just the holidays. You won't have to wrap it up. If they're just in there straight up, you'll look at them, they're there. Very, very simple. If you're in the live chat right now, jump in the live chat and tell me what type of holiday mugs you have, what you like about the holiday mug, what's unusual about it. I'll feature your comments live in air in just a second, but let's go to the second item of decoration covered today in today's recording. And this is why I hit that microphone earlier, because we have a lot of stuff on set, is some holiday boxes. Holiday boxes are great items, and they're great items year-round if you like this type of decor. Here's a series of holiday boxes. These originally were sold for popcorn. A lot of the department stores, even Costco and Sam's Clubs, often have holiday boxes of popcorn. And these were sold in a progression of, I think it was almost 6 boxes that got larger, started large on the base and grew to very small on the top. A pyramid of boxes, and just delightful, really, really delightful. Let's look a little closer on the camera without hitting up the microphone again. These are red with a gold band on them. If I don't go too out of focus, let's see if I come back into focus there. There I go. So beautiful gold band. And boy, look how well they've lasted over the years. Just beautiful. They have this shimmer on them. You see that we're in the production lights here, and they're picking up the lights beautifully. Let's turn a little bit so you see that real beautiful shine. This is something very basic. This is something very cheap, very, very economical. I can't remember how much all the boxes were originally, but they were less than, $15. I mean, it was a lot of popcorn. A popcorn for a whole year. I mean, it's a lot of popcorn and, 6, 7 boxes. And here I'm just holding 2 of them. This is actually 2 boxes. I'm holding it with one hand so I can, maneuver the whole rest of the set today. But look at the joy and the shine and the sparkle it brings to a room when you have vibrant colors like that. We were talking about colors yesterday, and we'll be talking about colors when we get to the Christmas tree as well. Colors is a very touchy subject when you're decorating for holidays, because there's some people who don't know how to decorate a tree and will literally throw every color on the tree, and it will be a time bomb. I call it the clown colors, just a time bomb of too many colors. And then in a room, some people want to make everything the same color. Just every single thing is the same color. You don't have to do with that. And also, a lot of people think that Christmas is only red and green. It's not. So let's jump into the live chat right now, and let's see some of the comments that people have. Ling Glenn says, I've found, you can find a lot of those in the garage sales. Absolutely. Ling Glenn says, I love the Christmas mug. Absolutely. Amy says, I love my penguin mug. There you go. Remember, holiday is not always about snowman or a snow tree or a house. It could be a penguin. Absolutely wonderful. Let's see some more of the comments of what people have with those mugs. A dragon said, First Lady Trump's Christmas trees were so very glamorous and beautiful. And Anne says, I love the garage sales and thrift store treasure hunting. Yes, I did not include thrift stores in there, so that would be a good one as well, for looking for those mugs. A lot of the donation stores that, which we also call thrift stores here in Los Angeles, have this type of stuff, because you're pulling something out of a house that may have been there 30, 40 years, and that's why you're getting something that comes out of the ages. We talk a lot on this channel on the holidays about different sensibilities of style based upon the decades. Dragon was just talking about Melania Trump's sense of style. Very contemporary. It was very, very futuristic, contemporary, at least in one room. These red monochromatic trees. No decorations, just red. A series of trees, just looking at it. It looked like a Fendi commercial, and it looked like a Lagerfeld cologne commercial. Very, very futuristic. Everyone has a different sense of sensibility of how to look at things. I have a snowman mug with a removable scarf, says Anne. Wow. So that's a lot to take care of. She has a mug that has 2 parts to it. One of the great parts about these mugs is often the tops. Did I hit the... I was looking to see if I hit the microphone again. The tops. A lot of the mugs have these beautiful tops that make it a double form. It is often part of a hat or the top of a house. And what's really a delightful surprise is if you have a holiday meal and you got the holiday mugs and you have the holiday creamer and a sugar and salt, and they are also holiday items. There's a lot of beautiful holiday creamers where you're actually pouring out of a house, or the salt and pepper that is like a little tiny snowman's. You just keep it and go with it because everyone loves it. It's something to talk about. It's something different. There is nothing to apologize if it's over the top. And that's how you do it. There's El Marie. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well, El Marie. And there's Lorraine. Lorraine loves the beautiful boxes. I do too. They're really quite wonderful. They're made out of I would say a cardboard surface. They sprayed it, and then they put a band in here. The band is really well made because it's lasted all these years. I don't even remember what's inside of them. It sold little candies at the time as well. There's still some candies in there. So that is really great stuff across the board. I get a lot of those cups at Ray Dunn and Joanna Parker. Are those the designers, El Marie? Do people have actual designers for their mugs? That is great. If you have actual designer for the mugs that you rely on, so jump in the live chat. We're talking about where to bring these things in. What I like about the live interactive show is that we learn from each other, and I pick up stuff that I never knew. So certainly I led with the holiday mugs. eBay, very good resource, absolutely great resource for it. And you're going to get one opportunity mugs, meaning it's a one of a kind. You're not going to see, 30 versions of it. And then I also said that the garage sales. But Anne was in the live chat. She mentioned the thrift stores. I would never thought of a thrift store for the mug. Same thing. Remember, if you're willing to buy a mug off of the internet, it's the same as going to a thrift store and buying it there as well. So great advice for viewers across the board. I usually try to go to the garage sales, says Lynn Glenn. Happy holidays, says Shirley Parker. And Anne says, I have I Love Lucy salt and pepper shaker split into two. Very, very nice. A creamer, a butter holder. All these little things bring things to another level. Dragon, one of my favorite Xmas mugs was the one I was made out of Waterford crystal. Wow, sounds wonderful. Absolutely sounds wonderful. There's Amy. I love this show. Love you back, Amy. There's Janet Carmen. Hey, there's Janet. She is the Janet who picked up the phone and advocated to Chuck Schumer for a stimulus check inclusion and got that comment. If you're just joining me late in this video, we now had three of the 6 senators telling viewers in the last 7 days. We had Janet a week ago, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We had Lynn Glenn with Chris Coons, and we just had Janice Menard yesterday, also with Chuck Schumer. Did the Senate vote on the extension of the debt ceiling limit? No. The Senate vote, the House vote on the extension of the debt ceiling limit will be tonight. That's what was at the top of this recording. And the Senate vote on it will be potentially tomorrow, is what I think is going to happen. I don't think it'll happen today. That is what's at board. Let's go to some more of the incredible comments. I can't find to rebuild a house. If you're needing home repairs right now during the holiday season, the nonprofits are very good. And also, Dragon revealed Habitat for Humanity is also really great for that as well. And there you go. Did the Senate get a new Social Security bill? Not that I'm aware of, Brian. No, I'm not aware of that. But fifth stimulus recon is coming in January. Early in this video, we were going over one of the topics, which is where you buy that stuff that you really love and is not being made anymore. And that is sort of the conundrum. First, we don't know why it's not being made. And number two, we don't know why it may have fallen out of popularity. And the issue today is the holiday mug. A great form and very different than what you normally see. Where I often have big success stories, ironically, is in the basement of Ross and Marshall's. In their basement of Ross and Marshall's, often they just have stuff and you just look at it and you say, oh my goodness. I remember specifically, I haven't gone to the store yet this holiday season, but I remember last year's Ross and Marshall's in the middle of the pandemic, in the basement, in their food, in their dishes and pots and pan section. They had right next to it holiday decor, and it was enormous. What I mean enormous, it was large. They had like skates that were 6 feet tall. They had things to put outside on the front lawn that were 7 feet tall, made out of wood and steel. And you look at it and say, wow, this is great. And it was very cheap, $10, $12. But you look at it, where am I going to put this when the season's over? A lot of this stuff is a whole undertaking to figure out where am I going to store it. Beautiful stuff. And what I've always told viewers, what I've always told friends, if you see something you really want it, buy it. Do not hesitate, because you may never, ever see it again. I tell this to people when they travel, and I certainly tell them when they're talking about holiday purchases. Something like that, if you see a specific item that has been made, obviously, in China or Taiwan or overseas, brought in to Marshall's for holiday decor and is made out of steel or wood, and you know it's going to survive, and it resonates with you, don't hesitate and go home and ask the spouse, I don't know if we should buy it. Just buy it, because there's going to be probably one or two of them in the store, and when it's gone, that's it. what these stores usually do is they make a purchase order, and they only make a certain number that order is for, and they're not really tracking these things. It's not, it's not like you can call up and say, do you have another one in this at the other store? No, these are very, very rare, very one opportunity items, and just grab it. I have some items from the holidays that I have bought over the years that I say, my goodness, I can't believe I bought that. And I can't believe they never offered it again. It's just incredible things. I have some items. I have one item I'm thinking off the top of my head that is nearly 7 feet tall. And it was not expensive. It was not expensive. It's 7 feet tall, and I bought it. And I said, I have no idea where I'm putting this enormous, enormous thing. Needless to say, it was so unusual, I keep it year round in the room because, yeah, it is sort of holiday-ish, but it's just so breathtaking. And I bought it, and I've never seen anything like it ever since. So if you do see something like beautiful holiday boxes made out of cardboard, and you're like, what am I going to do with that? I don't eat that much popcorn. Well, give away the popcorn and then keep the boxes, maybe use them for storage, and you never know what you're going to use a series of cardboard boxes from. And if you get tired after 6 months, and throw them away and recycle them because they're cardboard, they're wood. And the holiday mugs. I mean, if you see something so crazy as a Santa, as a snowman that has a green scarf around his neck and a handle that looks like Javita Light, and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Where am I going to store it? Buy it. If you like it, buy it. And if you live with it for a few months, you're like, I wish I not bought it, then give it as a gift to someone else and delight their life. Let me go back in the live chat and interact with you and see some of your comments about mugs and also holiday decor as well. All the Christmas items can be repurposed with a little ingenuity. I love that comment. That's from Low You Now. Great comment. Lynn Glenn, that's where I'm going today. I'm going to the thrift store so I can buy me some more mugs. Lynn Glenn got inspired. She's going right to the thrift store today. I love it. Check out the mugs at Knott's. Knott's Berry Farm. So Bob Bacon, do you mean Knott's Berry Farm? So Knott's Berry Farm, according to Bob Bacon, has beautiful holiday mugs. That is a great one. H-E-B is mostly a Texas supermarket chain, and they have several of their own brands. They have cinnamon as part of their favorite flavors. Wow. Here's Shannon who says, I'm going to go buy a big old huge holiday Christmas tree decoration. And my husband says, why? I'm going to say, because LALATE said, buy it and don't ask the spouse. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just buy it and don't tell the spouse. Just keep the receipt. If it becomes, grounds for divorce in 2 days, then you can return it. But if the spouse says, why did you buy it? Because look at it. Where have we ever seen something like this? But it's crazy. And believe it or not, a lot of things that seem sort of crazy can stay in the home year round, and you'll just be delighted you bought it. Here's Dragon. I have a cup made of marbles. I don't even remember where I bought it. Oh, so Dragon has a mug made out of marbles. That must be impossible to clean. I don't know how you get your fingers in all those crevices. So don't use anything like a protein shake. You're never going to be able to clean out the edges of this. Sandy's all about the colorful things. Anne says Knott's Berry Farm has a great I Love Lucy section. Wow. So they have an I Love Lucy mug section. And there you go. But I like the different bright colors, says Len. Janet says, yes, I'll be back watching the afternoon show as well. I appreciate that, Janet. And there is Sandy. I have a coffee cup with a rat on it. Why was I expecting that as soon as I started to read? I didn't even have to start the first sentence. I just expected that coming on in. Meantime, it was so strange earlier today. I was on air on Mornings LA, and I gave you a Holidays LATE plug, and then I said, coming to this channel is a new show, and I don't think I mentioned it. I thought that was really weird. I said there's a new show I'm going to be telling you, and I didn't tell you what it is. So coming to this channel is a brand new show, in addition to Calcino and this show, which is now in its, I think, 4th episode this season, is a new show about the metaverse. Yes, LA will be delivering a brand new show about the metaverse to show you how to make money in the metaverse, whether it's buying or selling or leasing or renting or owning. I'm going to show you how to make money in the metaverse. There's not a lot of videos about it. There's not a lot of information about it. And I'm going to show you how to get into the metaverse. It is still in its infancy. My button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. And hit that and get that membership newsletter, which comes out tonight at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Meantime, stay with this video. It'll take you to the afternoon's LA show starting at 1 o'clock. Have a beautiful holidays, and I'll see you on the 1 o'clock afternoon's LA show coming up next.